role of the recognition.
I got it. Of course you got it. I got it. I'm not quite clear on the question.
So like, you're pointing out the recognition, you're recognizing,
a grammar
pointing
rule.
out
A grammar rule?
A repetition,
Of
a structure,
anything.
a structure.
Okay.
It could be grammatical. It could be, let's just say grammatical.
Okay.
A grammatical structure, and you're using this as proper grammar. So you have, like you just mentioned in your story, and then all of a sudden, when does that cross the line and become explicit language?
Well, when does explicit grammar cross the line and become anything useful to us? The entire field of language, see how I'm diverting your question into something I want to talk about? The entire field used to be called applied linguistics. And applied linguistics was find out what the grammar of language is and then teach it to kids in class. So we really were applying the insights. And in those days when I was a grad student, I majored in Chomsky as a graduate student, which was blindingly wonderful and beautiful. And I always wondered why the ESL people didn't study Chomsky more to help them create their materials a lot better. And every time I read something new of grammatical theory, I said, let's make materials out of this. This is the foundation of grammar teaching. It's the foundation of English for special purposes, English for academic purposes. Describe all this stuff and then teach it. And as Bill began, this is the most important, I think, idea that we can appreciate. There is no evidence that consciously learned language becomes subconsciously required. It cannot enter the system like that. At best, no matter how many times you see it, consciously learned stuff is going to be limited. It's going to be a monitor, and it's going to be at best, and it's going to be very hard to use. Again, it's not it, and it could help you appreciate language and see what you require. Another question that really hasn't been answered in the field, people keep asking me, is whether consciously learned knowledge can make it more comprehensible.
Yeah, I get that question too. It can, but my own research on the application of explicit knowledge, for example, during sentence processing, suggests that it's incredibly limited, that you can actually use that in real time anyway. So, that's what they're going to solve, I think, that idea. That is certainly researchable. I would just add one more thing before we take another question, is that, I forgot what the hell I was going to add. Steve, you do this to me all the time.
I know.
My God, you're like a shot of tequila. What? What was I going to say? What? Who? What? Oh, anyway, I'll think of it later. Oh yeah, I know. I just remember what I was going to say. He said something about there's no way that conscious knowledge can become implicit knowledge, and he's absolutely right. Because as the tour I've been doing this year in lots of my talks has been arguing that there are no rules to begin with. From a generative perspective, from a current linguistic theory perspective, there are no rules in your head. What's in your head is something different, quite different. And the rules on a page don't exist in your head, so there's no way for those rules to become that. You're dealing with apples and oranges, and so we have to get rid of that whole explicit implicit stuff and explicitly become implicit, because it just can't. It's just, I'm going to say it like that, it just can't. There, I said it. Okay.
Thank you, Benjamin. I think you need to do a teabag toss too.
Oh yeah, teabag toss. Okay, throw a teabag. Come on, teabag toss. Now, bigger applause now in order for Carmen Coggins, who's been running the social media lounge here. She was very helpful in running a setup and helping us set up. She's been great giving us a space, so give a big round of applause. Okay. All right, and who do we have over here at the table?
Hi, my name is Daniela Bachilio.
First name.
Daniela. Sorry, just Daniela. I don't have a last name. And
my baloney has a first name.
I am from the University of Oklahoma, where I teach SLA, methods, Italian, a whole bunch of other stuff. So, hello, SLA and methods, you're wonderful. So my question is actually about some of the names that we throw around. Even term acquisition. So are we doing sort of an injustice calling it acquisition? Because it has me thinking of that term as a commodity, as an object to be sort of digested, consumed. And so when I talk to my students about this, even about the notion of storage and about input and output, that they're sort of it's sort of objective in this way, when we know that development obviously it's not a ladder, it's not getting from step 1 to step 2, but it is much more like rock climbing. You go up, you go down, sideways, and so on and so forth. Should we change second language acquisition to second language development, for instance?
Let me tell you the secret of having a successful career. And why you're in the right track. I wouldn't use the word development because it's too clear. What you want to do, which has worked for me, is come up with terminology that's just a little vague, so people, they don't quite understand. So people think you're a lot smarter than they are. My greatest triumph was I+1. No one has any idea. Keep misinterpreting it. But things like, I've invented a lot of terminology, and sometimes it's my idea, sometimes it isn't, but everyone thinks it's my idea. So I get the credit and lots of invitations. So you're on the right track, okay? I should say right now, affective filter didn't come from me, it's from Boulay and Bird, but everyone thinks I did it. So come up with a term that's a little bit confusing, and you've got it made. That captures this back and forth and jigsaw and up and down and U-shaped stuff.
Yeah, just call it second language rock climbing. That'll confuse the hell out of you. I'm with Steve. I don't use the word development.
I do sometimes, but I think it's too good.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about developmental stages and developmental sequences for a reason. Thank you, Diane. That was a good question. Thank you so much.
From Phoenix,
Hey,
Arizona.
Mikey. I think Mikey called into our show once before.
Yeah, the episode that did not record. But luckily, I guess I'll embarrass myself now. You asked me what coffee I drink, and I had to admit that I drink iced coffee from McDonald's.
I remember that.
It wasn't even cool like Starbucks or something cool.
Cheap.
That's a travesty. That's right up there with wine spritzers. Jeez. I bet you drink wine spritzers, Mikey.
I do not.
Wine spritzers. Seriously.
She's a
I would.
travesty. I'm from Northern California. That's a travesty to wine.
I'm from Germany.
You don't
That's
do
totally
that
normal.
to wine. Yeah.
You can drink way more.
Wine spritzers. Now, don't. Literally, he's talking about me behind my back. Look at that. Literally. You guys out there who are in the audience, he's leaving me behind me to talk to him. Like, it ain't gonna work. I'm gonna pull you back to your chair, Steve. All right, Mikey, what's your comment? What's your question?
Okay, so you wrote an article, Where Are the Experts?
Uh-oh.
And I happened to share that with Dr. Krashen.
Uh-huh.
And so really, what I'd like to hear from both of you is the comment on that article. If you could talk to us a little bit about what was in that article, and I'd love to hear both of you comment on your thoughts on that article and the profession that we are all passionate about.
Okay, thank you for the question. I'm probably going to get in trouble with this. No, I'm not going to get in trouble. But anyway, I wrote this white paper that was published in the journal Hispania by the fabulous organization AATSB. Anybody here a member of AATSB? Okay, if you're not a member of it, you should be. Even if you don't teach Spanish or Portuguese, join me. Yeah, AATSB is the American Association of Teachers. You could have done this, Walter. Oh, my voice is sounding so great. Yeah. When you win your prize with the date with Walter tonight, just make sure you don't kiss him because you might get something. I don't know what he's got, but anyway. Although my prayers did come true, you know, Walter Hopkins finally has laryngitis. I am so happy.
Come on, Bill, be nice.
Anyway, so I published this paper in March of this year in Hispania, and it's called Where Are the Experts? And I basically was asking a question about typical departments of languages in universities across the country, and asking the question about if our concern is about language acquisition and proficiency and so on in our language curricula, who is driving the bus of this proficiency trip we're taking? And so I did an analysis of schools that give PhDs to find out how many of these schools actually have people like myself, like Steve, like in the departments training graduate students who are going to go out and be the next professor and so on. And what I found was that the population within Spanish is about 8%, so 8% of the faculty in Spanish across the country do something like what I do, what Steve does. And in French, it's even lower. It's like, actually, Spanish, I think it's like 6%, and in French, it's like 2%. And so the question I was raising is that how are we going to make changes in university level language teaching if we don't have enough people going around who can talk about language teaching and language learning from a contemporary, and I do mean contemporary, well for us it's not contemporary, he's been talking about this for 40 plus years, I've been talking about this for 30, well, for 50 years, he's been around a while for it's really good for 105, isn't it?
I read at the 110 level though.
And I've been doing this for 30 years, and I've seen the progress at the university level be excruciatingly slow. And now I'm attributing that to the sociology of the profession. There's so few of us who can really, truly make an impact. And that was basically the thesis of the paper, was asking, where are the experts? And how can we get more into the profession?
My comment is the experts are right here in this audience and at this conference. And if you want to read about them, I have some places, not in the professional journals so much that we know about. They're still there to a great extent, but there are other alternatives. Write this down, IJFLT.com, International Journal of Foreign Language Teaching. It's free, it's open access. That's the name of the game for me. We ought to be able to afford this stuff. These journals are just too expensive, the books are too expensive. So we're doing something about it. And Steve Krashen's website to show you that I didn't die 15 years ago. All the stuff is on in journals over there. I've been more productive since I've retired. You're going to love it in 30 years when you reach the age and do that.
Oh my God.
God, it's going to be wonderful. So I've been very productive. There's lots of stuff coming out all the time. sdkrashen.com. We're working in literacy. We're continuing to work in second language. I have some articles on animal language about a talking parrot that I have actually met. And I'm working on a new field called exolinguistics. What happens when the aliens land from Zeta Reticuli? How will we talk to them? What is Star Trek's take on this?
I speak Zeta Reticuli.
Yes.
You can talk to
speak Klingon, yes, exactly. Navi. A friend of mine actually did the Navi language.
Really?
Yeah, it was amazing. Paul Fromer. And there are people who have met each other and speak only Navi, and that's all they have in common. That's great. So the answer to all this is to look outside, the normal, the regular stuff. Look at the online open access journals. Some are predatory, but many are very, very good. And you see the field has been moving along.
Yeah, we got things like Tea with BVP to reach out to people.
Absolutely.
We're doing it, and it's free. Speaking of free, it's time for a commercial break, so bear with
Thanks,
me while I
Mikey.